Hey guys, it's Mike again. I just wanted to make a video today about an issue that's been on my mind lately. Well, I'm sure it's on all of our minds, what we've been seeing on the news and on the media. Are we getting the whole truth? Is it propaganda? Is it partial truths? It's really hard to know. But there's powers that be or that are trying to, I feel, with this Ukrainian situation, this Ukraine invasion by Russia, if you ask my opinion, our media in the United States is trying to turn Putin into this monster. When Putin was really clear, there won't be any invasion, just don't put any NATO missiles on the Ukraine border. That's all he wanted. It's real simple. Keep it simple, stupid. But he asked for something simple, and we just couldn't do it. Putin is on the videos that remain on YouTube that aren't deleted. Is him begging. It's like, listen, just do one thing I ask. Just don't have nuclear or missiles on our border pointing on us from NATO. And they said no. So, what do you expect the guy to do? But anyway, regardless of what you believe, we're living in dangerous times. Things can go hot really quick. I think there's the powers that be that are higher than the president that are pulling the strings. You can call them any name you want. I could throw some names out here, but it's not gonna matter. That are in the darkness, let's just say, and they want a new world order to come forth out of chaos. So I think they keep poking the bear, poking the Russian bear until a potential nuclear war could start. They're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing Putin until he has no other choice. And that's exactly what these evil elites that are hiding in the shadows behind the presidents of the worlds, they're hiding because they know they want order out of chaos, and their kind of order is the global new world order. And which means global enslavement. That means no more human uniqueness, no more human freedom. We're only going to be a number and tagged and chipped like a dog from the vet. And goodbye freedoms, especially in the United States, or any influence of our United States freedoms in other countries. Watch them vanish also when this comes down. And like I said, the worst case scenario, if this nuclear war comes forth, you'll see a lot on YouTube, a lot of prepping channels, which is good to be prepared. As you can see, I got some rice and beans in the background here. And I used to prep a lot years ago for my family when I had family, but now my wife passed away, my dad passed away, other family have moved on, different states, and I'm by myself. But while it's good to prep, especially if you have loved ones and family, the number one thing that has to be mentioned, the number one important thing is your relationship with God. Okay. I know personally with me, I'm creeping toward 50 years of age. My health isn't the way it was when I was in my 20s. If this kind of nuclear scenario came down when I was in the 20s, I probably would think it would be an adventure for me, because I was that crazy. I would think of it like, wow, man, I'm ready to take on anything, Now I know my health is, I might last a couple days with the high adrenaline. I already know I have health issues, blood pressure problems. I might last 2 or 3 days in a high stress environment, and then I'll just probably blow a blood vessel in the brain. The thing is, that kind of scenario can not just happen to me, it can happen to anybody, because we've been so pampered in the West that you have no idea. You might feel good one day and be gone the next. And especially in a high-stress environment that we're not used to, when that comes down, your body's going to be put to the ultimate test. And most people are going to drop dead. And it's that scenario. There's very a small percentage of people that can handle deep, heavy stress and still maybe go on to handle the next few months to try to get some stabilization to whatever's left of the debris, the debris cloud. Well, the number one thing is to get your relationship right with God, because this flesh, we're a soul living in a flesh suit, and it's just fleeting. It's here one day, gone the next. And what happens to you when this body drops? And it can drop for any reason. Our body is so sensitive, you have no idea. I mean, when we're feeling good, we feel like a god, right? But when it goes bad, it can go bad really quick. Keep your mind on God. Keep that relationship with God, number one. Like I say, you don't got to be perfect. God doesn't expect you to be perfect. He just wants you to try. And he wants you to keep that relationship with him strong, connected. Talk to him every day about whatever. It doesn't have to be this long 15, 30-minute conversation. Just talk to him here and there. Just connection. Just like you do to any other friend that you have here on earth. If we didn't keep in connection with our friends here on earth, they'd say, man, I haven't heard from, my name's Mike, obviously. I haven't heard from Mike in like months, or, it's like, he says he's my friend, but he doesn't call me anymore. He doesn't text me. It's like, well, what's going on with him? Does he even want to be my friend anymore? He doesn't want to hang out anymore? Well, same thing with God. He created us. He created these emotions in us. He created these feelings of connection and wanting that. So why wouldn't we think that he feels the same way with wanting that same connection? Just keep the connection going. He wants that. Then you'll have eternal security in heaven when you die. And you get to be in heaven forever. That's the number one thing above all this prepping stuff. That's nice, especially if you have a family and you want to take care of them. Of course, that's a very responsible thing you want to do, to take care of your family, with food and maybe some protection in your house, to keep the invaders away when they come, because they will come. And they'll come in groups. If they're not coming one-on-one, they're going to come in groups and you force their way in and try to take your stuff. So cross all T's, dot all I's, get it all. But the number one, to cross all T's and dot all I's, I'm not just talking materialism. I'm talking about God the Father in heaven who created you. You got to get that relationship going. If you haven't already, just talk to him about anything. If you're struggling, a lot of people pray only when times are hard and asking God for this, asking God for that. Try to expand beyond that to where when you talk to God when you don't need something, just to talk and say, hey God, how you doing? It's like I'm going through this today, and just you don't have to ask for anything. Just talk to him about anything. He appreciates any kind of conversation, and he's there for you, and he wants to hear from you. He loves you. He created you. So I just wanted to pass this message on. Like I said, it's good to prep. It's good to be responsible for the people you love. Try to take care of when this thing comes down. But when the nuclear bombs start flying, because we're in precarious times, we're in the most heightened time in history. I mean, at least since the Cold War, of a heightened nuclear threat. Right now, what's going on with Ukraine. There's a lot of stuff the media's not telling you. And through other sources that I watch, we're on a heightened level of a nuclear attack. And a lot of people can't wait for bad things to happen so they can establish a new order. Like they say on the news, the Great Reset. You'll see that a lot. And you heard that a lot in the last couple of years since the C-19 virus came out. And they're talking about the Great Reset. And nothing that'll establish this Great Reset, New World Order faster than a nuclear war. Because that's when people will freak out and they're going to beg for peace. And that's when a one-world ruler, a one-world government comes to power and says, I got the answer. I'm here, I got the answer, and I'm going to establish this new order, and people will, out of fear, will run and bow to this new leader, saying that he has all the answers when he doesn't. It's a lie. The only one who has all the answers is God the Father. Don't feel fear anymore. Shake this mortal. Yes, we want to live the most we can in this world, but when it gets so chaotic in hell, there's a part inside of our soul and our body that tells us our limit to how much stress we can take. And find comfort to know that when you reach that level, don't freak out with fear. Celebrate. We're going to shed this body in this mortal coil, and we're going to go to heaven and spend eternity with our Father in heaven, the Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God. Shake the fear, even when the nuclear bombs start flying. And on the news, all these dead bodies, and everybody's screaming and crying, you know. Take solitude in your home. Don't go out on the streets. That's the worst thing to do when chaos happens. Stay where you're at and pray and feel the peace of God and prepare to be taken home. And God will welcome you with open arms as long as you start that relationship with Him today. He loves you. Don't give up. And I'll talk to you soon again on another video. God bless you all.